Okay, wonderful people. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government has come in another form. Yeah, welcome back to our channel. You know, like I always tell you, is that my work here is to bring you information from all around the world as the hot, make you the day informed. Because without information, you will be deformed. So as the hot, just pay attention and enjoy yourself. Catch cruise. See as they talk they go, you go know say no be small matter o, no be small talk. Person wey dey serious, person wey no dey serious no dey serious. People wey dey drop the hustle and the struggle don drop am. But e be like say the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile has decided that he is taking this struggle to another level. And from what I am seeing, he is not even going to give up anytime soon. In case this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like our channel, share our news. You will not be the only one that is enjoying this cozy information that we are bringing to you on this particular channel. Enjoy yourself on the video as they go.
If you agree that we have rejected Nigeria and the election, I don't know why you are concerned about people carrying a placard up and down as like a mad people. So we don't have anything. We don't allow Nigeria to conduct election in Biafra land. So if you know all this, you don't need to worry about people carrying placard. I'm not aware of that, and we're not interested. Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Thank you so much. And please, let us be raising our hands. Let me use my discretion to pick the lady I see here. Lolo.
I'm just wondering why people are not paying attention to the fact that Mba collected 16 billion naira in the month of June, and then collected the total of 22.1 billion naira in the month of July. And there is no project, no single project. Why is nobody interested in that? Your state, if you are not in Enugu state, has collected even bigger than what Mba collected. What project are they doing with it? Or it's just about sit at home? Can you ask yourself, what project has your governor done for the past 2 months? Mba collected 16 billion plus 22.1 billion. So if you have a larger number of people in your state, you may have collected, your own governor may have collected even more than what Mba have collected. What has he done? What has state governor done in the last 2 months? What project has they don't love you? This is what I want us to be discussing here, not every time coming here to tell me another governor and election is coming, somebody is carrying this. Look at a question that is just standing before you. Problem, they are shouting, sit at home, sit at home. Igbo economy, Igbo economy. This Igbo economy, they are cutting billions every month. What are they doing with it? Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Please let us, those that really have this concern of this, the people requesting to come up to ask questions based on this topic, because this Mba, we are, remember the water, Enugu have become the epicenter of our sit at home, and our questions should this place. Nobody has raised up hand yet. I wonder why. And I was trying to give you microphone, Lolo. Norma Ekberema, are you willing? Do you want to ask a question based on this? Unmute yourself. Okay, Lolo, you're not speaking. You don't want to ask. I'm going to remove you and allow someone else. Win-win. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. Good evening, my PM. Thank you for coming around. I have 3 questions here. Number 1 is these people, because I heard you mentioned names of these killers, and it happens to be like I know one of them because I am from Enugu. Now, my question is, if Biafra comes, these people, is there any law?
When Biafra comes, not if, when.
Okay, sorry. When Biafra comes, because definitely it's coming, is there any law that is going to probably if you have ever contested for any position or have ever tried to be in a position in Nigeria, is there any law that is going to keep them charging them, to probably for killing their people? That's number one question. Then the second one is, okay, let me leave is a security issue. Let me leave.
Anybody that's suspected in killing Biafrans will face Biafran law, and we are compiling their names.
Beautiful. That was a very quick one for you. Win-win. Win-win. I'm sure you're good with that. It gives a respect sign. Carlson, can you please ask a question if you have? Carlson.
Hello.
Nothing. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. I see this guy is open since and you're not saying anything. Go ahead. You need to get close to your speaker. Let's go with it's me again. Please unmute yourself.
Up here, I must say good evening from this place. We are moving on the right direction from all indication. But I must ask, at what point will the referendum be taken out of the table? At what point are we not talking about negotiation again? Or I want you to tell us at what point will the referendum go out of the table, or has it left the table already?
I don't understand your question. What do you mean? How do you mean left the table?
Left the table.
Like, is there any room for negotiation at this point? At the stage we are now, is there any further
negotiation? Negotiation for what?
For what?
For Biafran referendum or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release from the way things are going, because the governors are making us understand that they are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our PM is telling us they are not actually talking about him, and since nobody can trust anybody, what are we embracing?
We cannot talk about negotiation where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon. Okay, that is number one. So if we want to go into negotiation, he must be part of us in the negotiation. He must be part of sitting in the table. We can't go into any negotiation with anybody. Now, what are we negotiating about? What exactly are we going to negotiate about? I know how many times they have tried to reach me to negotiate and I have turned them down. I said, I'm not interested to negotiate. Why would you want to negotiate with me? When you have somebody that you can negotiate with in Nigeria, you left the person looking for whom to negotiate with in Finland. Does it make sense? So if you want to negotiate, go and negotiate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a free man. And then we can listen to whatever you have. For now, we are not interested in any negotiation while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the dungeon. I think that answers your question. While we move ahead while we forge ahead with our Biafra, because that is the reason why Kanu is being incarcerated today. So we are not going to turn away from that Biafra liberation. We will continue to make the priority of what we are doing. Because what they're trying to do is to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and turn us away from Biafra and start fighting for his release alone. So now we are fighting it in all angles. We are fighting for the release, we are fighting for Biafra with the same momentum. So we are not losing grip on fighting for him. We are not also losing grip on fighting for Biafra. That's why we are winning this war. So when other people who have sold out will be telling you, leave Biafra first, release Onyendu, that is the word of the people that have sold out, those who have nothing to offer. They will tell you to forget Biafra and fight for Onyendu. Why would you forget Biafra and fight for Onyendu? Onyendu was kidnapped because of Biafra. So we are going to make sure that the momentum is in equal balance. We are not going to slide a bit on the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not also going to slide a bit on the demand for the Biafra liberation and the freedom referendum. And that's why we are having, in case you are not aware, we are having what we call the referendum convention in Finland in October this year. It is going to be a massive one, and it is going to be in a place that is like a hallowed chamber, a very respected venue in Finland. That's where Biafrans are going to have their first ever convention on self-referendum. So it is going to be one thing that is going to make history in the Biafra liberation. So everybody should watch out for the Biafra first ever convention in Finland in October 2023. There we are going to go. There we are going to go through the process of the self-referendum. Many speakers will come, experts will come to lecture those that will be in attendance to know how the Biafra will conduct a self-referendum, what we expect, and how it is going to end and how it's going to go. And then also we may have the privilege to know some of the secret, especially those the cabinet members. We are going to have some lectures for people to have the privilege to know what to expect at every given point in time. Thank you.
Yes, Happy. Responded. But I want to ask, there is a narrative going on in Nigeria. The media are saying, given your stronghold in Biafran land, given when I say you, I'm talking about the Biafran government in exile, their stronghold in Biafran land. There is a narrative going on that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu does no longer have command over the Biafran people. So whether releasing him will be very irrelevant because he can no longer command the level of command he was commanding, because he will be at odds with the Biafran government in exile that will further exacerbate already tense situation. So what is the real situation?
That is complete fallacy, and I will tell you that it is not their problem. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I am under him, and I believe when you talk about the Biafra government, you are talking about me and the cabinet. So if I agree on this platform today and the numerous platforms that I remain under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I don't think any other person have anything to doubt about that. If you want to just deceive yourself and continue to remain in denial. So once he come out, he will be in charge of this movement. Let them release him and put me in doubt or dispute what I'm claiming here. So if you come out today, I will say, this is what I've done, this is what I've done, this is where we are. How do we move forward? So don't listen to those people who want to sell the narrative of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot control the situation again and blah, blah, blah. Let them release him first and know whether he will control the situation or not. Thank you.
Yes, Happy. You have consistently talked about referendum, either United Nations orchestrated referendum or self-referendum, which you have actually announced a date for a convention in Finland, October 2023. But in all this, you are not putting Nigerian constitution into perspective.
Nigeria does not have constitution. Nigeria does not have constitution. Which constitution do you want me to put into perspective? What I'm putting into perspective is the African Charter and all those treaties that you have in the AU, West Africa and all that. I'm not putting the Nigeria constitution into consideration. It doesn't exist. Is it not the same constitution that released Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and is still there in danger? Is it not the same constitution that made you to lose your palliative during the COVID-19? Is it not the same constitution that made you to lose the money they borrow from China and they gave you zero? Is it not the constitution that made all those nonsense you are going through today? So no, I'm not considering Nigeria constitution. It does not exist. What I'm considering is those international treaties that Nigeria signed into, Nigeria were signatory to, which give us the right to self-determination and the right to also the government of the Biafra in exile to conduct election. You know, some people don't understand what Biafra government, what government in exile mean and what they can do. Government in exile can conduct election. So it is good that people actually do some research and have some knowledge about what we are doing. As a government today, we have the right under international law to conduct election. And that's what we're going to do. Go form a government. Government is legitimate. We have notified almost all the powerful countries in this world. We are legitimate in the United States, our head office and the administrative office in the United States. And we are everywhere in the world, opening liaison office here and there. So what people don't know is that government in exile have the right to military. And that's what we are doing now. We have the Biafra Liberation Army. We have the ISIS network. The government in exile have the right to even form a political party. They have the right to conduct election. And we are doing it. So people don't know what we are doing. When we are going to be ready for this self-referendum, if we invite the United Nations, it is left for them to come or not to come. Whoever we invite, if they like, they should come. If they don't like, they don't come. But I'm going to tell you that even if they don't come, we're going to have our referendum, publish the result, and then declare Biafra.
Thank you. Thank you.
You spoke about
it's me again. Thank you. One more question so that we'll have other people ask questions. You are asking questions. Good. One more question, please.
Yeah, you talked about Ifeanyi Uba showing something for his constituency, and today we have Peter Mba having a lot of money in just 2 months. Most of us, our worry is not about Peter Mba having a lot of money in 2 months. We have the likes of Soludo, Hope Uzodinma that have been there for years, and Biafran land is like this. Only this money can fix everything. But my question goes, does all the senators in the Biafran land have a particular allocation for constituency projects, like you mentioned on the case of Ifeanyi Uba, so that we know where we channel our agitations to?
Can you come again with your question? I don't understand it.
Did you hear that? It's me again. Repeat your question, please. The last question.
Is he there? I can't hear him again.
Repeat your
I think
question.
he has connected with his network.
No, calls are coming. I have to drop the mic here. Next time. Thank you.
So come back with that last question before you leave.
Okay. The last question goes like this. We have seen the allocation that went to Peter Mba in just 2 months, 16 billion naira. But our concerns are not even Peter
Not
Mba.
just 16 billion. 16 billion plus 22.1 billion.
Wow. Our concern is not just Mba. Seeing the deplorable nation
They won't allow him ask these questions.
If this kind of money comes to Peter Mba in 2 months, what is Soludo getting? What is, and if you see another road.
All right. I think this is not a question. This is just concern. So the point is that Peter Mba in 2 months has gotten 38.1 billion naira. 2 months, 38.1 billion. There is no single project. Ukunwanyi Yoruba is taking all the money. He is using Yoruba people to steal Biafra money and bank it in London and bank it in Lagos and the other part of Nigeria, or other part of the world. He doesn't employ any Biafra. He doesn't employ the Igbo people in Enugu state. The key positions were given to Yorubas. If you go to Enugu today, you find out that his security, his aid, everybody are all Fulanis. This is what people don't know. Because he don't trust Igbo. This is a man who is shouting Igbo economy. He doesn't trust Igbo. He doesn't trust Enugu people who voted for him. He's giving appointments to his girlfriends drag the woman from London, separated the husband, and then begin to appoint other Yoruba people and against Ndibo. This is what Peter Mba has done. You doubt me, go to Enugu today and check who is in charge of many. They are all Yorubas, both men and women. Both his security, his driver, none of them are Igbos. So why would somebody like that be telling you about Igbo economy, Igbo economy? He doesn't love Igbo. He has come to steal, to kill, to destroy. And we have come to stop him. Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Please, if you are in the house, remember to raise your hands. I have only 2 hands raised. And we have Ekpa Emeka. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening, Biafran. I'm speaking from Biafran land. I greet you, my PM, Mr. Simon Ekpa Njoko, Odogwoke. I don't know where we're not only. Yeah, before trying to people know. Yeah, I want to greet Success and Raphael. Then I know it's me again. I know when they leave, it's me again. You would like to ask a lot of questions because I've always been listening to him and our PM. They always have a conversation. When you are listening to them, you cannot even say anything. So I've been waiting for long for you people to give me the mic. So thank you again for being here with our PM, Mr. Simon Ekpa. This issue of Peter Mba being allocated 22 points, almost let me just say 30 billion, because this is one we know. This same issue has been going on to the whole Biafran land entirely.
38.1 billion in 2 months. So let us.
Yes. This is the one. This is the particular one I'm just told us. We have not even talked about the other illegitimate governors in the Biafran land. Now let's come to Peter Mba, because he wants to show himself. Now let's talk about him. Okay, Peter Mba organized protests against the sit-at-home. Did he also tell those people that he organized for the sit-at-home how much he were paid for that? Because the sit-at-home was not just organized by him. He was asked to do that, and they allocated the money for him. Did he pay them that particular money that he was supposed to pay them, or is he just maybe giving them 2,000 naira, 3,000? Because our people are very foolish. Most of them that the educators who call themselves educated, they are the most foolish people in the Biafran land. Even my mother at her age now knows what is sit-at-home and knows the benefit of sit-at-home and knows what she is going to benefit from Biafra comes, because she knows that yes, tomorrow is going to be good for her children. But yet, this educated idiot, this educated P2B, because most of them are all these P2B, all these idiot people. They are the ones doing all these things. Because as now, sometimes our people used to say, they say that but this time around, most of them don't know anything. They will like that to them like 10 times. They want to feel that same before they will know what to do. I pity them, because it's not their fault. Most of them work under the Mba, the governor, so they don't have choice. They have to obey the command they gave to them. But now, what my question is now we have seen the evidence of this allocation given to Peter Mba. Mr. PM, sir, I have to ask a question. What measure are we taking to make sure that this man will lose all this money in time to come, in months coming? Because we cannot just leave him and embezzle this whole money to Yoruba, to the Oduduwas, because I believe that this money is going back to Oduduwas, because the Ukunwai that he kept in one place will be collecting this money, because whenever she commands him, he will do whatever she wants him to do. So I want to know how to get this money back from me, because I believe that this sit-at-home cannot even solve this problem from this Oluwalemba. This money is too much. This money are meant for our youth and our mothers and our fathers who are farming to get loan for their farming. And me, I'm from Enugu State. I know we plant rice a lot. I'm from Aneri West. We have enough land for rice. If assuming Biafra has come today, I know we are number one people that will be planting rice. Abekaleke will be learning from us. I'm sorry to say this. I'm from Aneri West. We have land for rice production. but nothing for us to help in this production of rice. But today, this idiot man Peter Mba is collecting a lot of this money. He is using it to propagate against our own self-referendum. We know what they are doing. They don't want us to see the self-referendum to come through, but we are going to shock them. The same thing that happened to this sit at home. Even these 2 weeks at home will shock him. Even him will sit at home too. In that 2 weeks time, he will run to Abuja to go and sit down there. He will soon join his brothers and sisters, them help Uzodinma and
So
the
your
rest.
question is
He will join them.
what are we going to do to him for this
Yes,
money?
to get
So
this money back,
let me
because
answer.
we
Let me
cannot
address it so that other people will join, because you are not doing like the person you complain about. All right. So we are going to make sure that enough angel civil engineer is deployed to Enugu State. He's going to repair and get tired of repairing. Thank you.
Very quick answer for you, and that was spot on. Thank you, my Prime Minister. And we have Emma Figo. Emma Figo, please, can you quickly ask your question? Please, as those of you that came in, you need to raise your hand, because if questions are asked and you don't raise your hand, I'll drop you and bring you. We have 43 people that are waiting to come in. Thank you, Emma Figo.
Good evening, all Biafrans. Good evening, my PM. Good evening, Pastor Rav, aka Bam Bam Bam. Success. Good evening, everybody. And I'm not here to ask questions. I'm just here to tell my PM, well done for your effort towards this struggle. But it's not for you, man. I don't know where we would have been now. You understand? All of us here, we've been seeing how Nigeria is boiling from different places. From the north, from the middle belt, even from the west. Because of your effort, the east has been preserved, preserved in the sense of, the calmness. The one idiot calling himself Peter Mba, with all these allocations he just collected in 2 months, nothing has been done with this allocation. No, all those people protesting now against it at home. Why are they not protesting for Nnamdi Kanu to be released? Man, I'm not an Igbo man, but I'm a Biafran. I'm from Akwa Ibom. I'm not happy at all with all these saboteurs and everything. If I have my ways, I'll be the only one to kill them with my hand. I appreciate you, PM. God will always bless your stand, to achieve this mission. And I pray that God always be with all of you guys, that is frontliners of peace, freedom.
Thank you very much. And we are giving a shout out to Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom has joined the sit at home, and it was a very good development. And I am pleased with Akwa Ibom people. I used to tell people that this is not a green thing, it is step by step. And today, Akwa Ibom have demonstrated that they are not just, part of Biafra, but they are Biafrans, and they have, they set at home, and it has started from there. From there, it is going to spread to all crannies of Biafra land, from A to Z, from the Hinter to the riverine, down to Lower Kogi, down to Lower Benue. So I thank those of you Akwa Ibomites for the wonderful job you have done to see that the sit at home has commenced in Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my PM. I appreciate your effort. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Emma. You're blessed. All right, we have Messi Michael. Can you please unmute yourself and ask the PM your question?
Okay, good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom.
Your speaker is very low. Can you do something to it? Put off the one where you are watching us from, and the voice is double.
Am I coming out very well now?
Yeah, but you have to make sure you put off the other device that is on there.
There's none actually. I don't know, maybe it's my network. Well, if I'm coming out very well now.
Bring your question, please.
Okay. My Prime Minister, Your Excellency, good evening from here. Please, my question goes like this. there's a band our leader Onyendu place that Biafrans, those in Biafra land, can be contributing. What are you doing to lift, or was there any plan to lift that ban? That's my number one question, because as it is now, it's very, very imperative that everybody should be contributing. You can see the kind of amount, that 8 point something billion naira that these guys are going to siphon outside Biafra land. Another thing is there anything that your government in exile can do to be intercepting this kind of fund, or create awareness in diaspora for international community to help us to stop these guys from doing this, because they are still putting Biafrans in Biafran land in abject poverty. It's very obvious they're not going to do anything with this money. So these are my questions, your PM. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And yes, the Biafra liberation tax, I've answered that question before. I don't know whether you were here then. We are going to lift that ban because of the phase we are now in the Biafra liberation. So we are going to have what we call the Biafra liberation tax, which is already ongoing on the Biafra, on the IPOB USA website, at the same time, the Biafra government in exile website. So that particular Biafra liberation tax is going to also be applicable to people in Biafra land, and it is going to start as soon as the inauguration is done. The inauguration of the de facto government in the homeland will be done as soon as possible. So thank you.
So I'm sure you are good with the answer. Thank you very much, Mercy. Quickly, please come up with your question. Holy Ghost, unmute yourself and come with your question, please.
Good evening to His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Government in Exile, Mr. Simon Ekpa. Nekene mmadụ niile biko na-ewe ma na-asụ asụsụ be anyị. Or is the moderation only on English?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. The Prime Minister understands you. Go ahead.
Okay. Nekene onye ọbụla na-asị ka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzibe na-echekwaba onye isi anyị nke anyị na-afụ anya kịta. Anyị na-ekenekwa Chineke na ọ ga-anapụtakwara
Holy Ghost. If you can speak, in broken English, we have a lot of foreigners here, friends of Biafra, and even security agencies, and probably we even have CIA here. So just speak English so that they can, hear what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay. Please unmute yourself because the noise was too much. Unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you very much for the privilege to communicate with our global family. I greet everybody, especially His Excellency, the Prime Minister. Actually, I don't have a question, but I brought to you all a song of praise to encourage His Excellency and all the department heads and everyone that has been fighting physically, spiritually, mentally, financially to make sure that the Biafran people regain our freedom from when or how or where it was stolen through the past generation. So I greet His Excellency and encourage him to never him quit. Let him know that many people will misunderstand him. Many people will disregard him. Many people will fight against him, even though they don't know the power behind him, because this is not just him. This is ancestors with him, within him, fighting for him, physically and spiritually. So nothing will happen to him. And I encourage him to secure himself. As God is saving us, so we shall also save ourselves. Let him be physically guided, security-wise. Let him not even miss one single step. Let him listen to his inner mind. The God that lives within us always directs us. If only we can listen to our spiritual mind. Let him be very cautious, and I will advise him to keep the momentum going. He has raised the flag of Biafra worldwide. I was talking to one of security agents the other day, and I said, I praise and I worship Mandekano in my own sense of reasoning, but what Simon Ekpa is beyond human capacity, is beyond human comprehension. Like so many people, despite maybe of his background, come from. I'm from Ebonyi State, and they don't believe that any good thing can come out of that place. But look at him there, raising the flag. This is not being tribal, but I am saying that whoever that God has given that mantle through Onyendu, the person must continue and never give up, because that the people behind him, when he will be gone, they are greater than people that are not even yet born. There are people that are not even yet born that will carry this fight, even if this generation fail Biafra. The next generation that will come will even be greater than Simon Ekpa. So my point, let him not stop. Let him continue agitating freely, doing it with diplomacy. Sometimes I know he's very furious and diplomatically aggressive. I love it. Let him not stop. The Nigerian government does not need peaceful people. If you are peaceful, they will ride on you. So I encourage all of you, keep up the momentum. If there is any help, we will continue providing funds, we will continue supporting, we will continue pushing every media aspect to make sure that this revolution or this evolution that is being led by Simon Ekpa now can never die, should never quench. Let everybody ignite their fire. Let it keep burning until the day we will sing the song of freedom at last. It happened, almost happened in the 60s. It will happen again. This time, it must come to pass because God is with us, and Biafra, Igbo, or whoever, however they call us, the dot, however they call us, the Eastern people, Ndimbo, Nkobana Borani, anyhow, we must go home and go home to our rightful land. So I encourage you all, and I thank God for your lives. May God keep blessing all of you until the day we achieve this mission. And it will not stop there. So I am encouraging His Excellency to multiply his effort in digital media. Let's say he's the only one doing everything before. Let it be multiplied. Let him open the applications for people to enroll, and enroll the good people, not the saboteurs that will get our informations and leak it out. Let him open the doors. There are so many of us that are looking for ways to assist digitally. Let him try. Let us start even online recruitment and people registering Biafran citizens all over the world. Let there be portal in the website where people can register, put in their credentials, so that we can even start counting before even whenever we're going to have our referendum. Whether it's going to be online, whether it's going to be physical, it must happen. So I encourage you all, and I pray that God Almighty will continue to bless and guide your footsteps, and you all will never slumber. You will never fall. You will forever remain glorious. Naha Chiuku Okikabiama. He say, thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much for that. And let me quickly correct you that I have come here to finish it. There is nothing like somebody coming after me or coming after this particular movement to finish it. We have come here. I am going to finish this Biafra fight, and Biafra will be restored.
Biafra will be restored. He say, thank you. He say,
Toya the finisher, and you will be correct. The finisher has come.
the finisher, the conqueror. God bless you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, we have more hands up. Let's take it from the top. I have Mazin Dubisi. You have your hands up, please. In a jiffy, bring your question. Mazin Dubisi.
Hello, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I greet you all. I salute you, my Prime Minister. You are doing a wonderful job. I have my question this evening, and it goes like this. Considering the fact that we have many saboteurs and we have experienced sabotage since the time of Odumegwu Ojukwu, our in this moment we are still being sabotaged with the recent developments of the collaborators of Nigeria, like Oluwalemba, P2B, and just yesterday, I saw video of some jobless people protesting on the streets of demanding that this situation should be ended. We people regard these people as saboteurs and the collaborators of Nigerian government in keeping our people in bondage. So my question is, when Biafra is restored, how are we going to deal with these people? Are we going to sentence them to death by law of Biafra government, or are we going to leave them like that? Because from history, I've read history, and after the World War with France, they imprisoned the collaborators of the war against France. About more than 1,000 people of them were killed because of their double standard or sabotage against France. And Israel also did it after the independence. They locked up at those that sabotage, those
Do you
traitors
remember?
that sabotage their efforts.
Do you
So,
remember which year?
what?
Do you remember which year France did that?
Um, I think I don't remember again. But
Do you
France did
remember
it.
which year
Yes.
Israel
It,
did that?
after the World War II. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
to research more
I
about
have
it.
to let me remind you that we are now into the first century. Okay. Everybody must not support your struggle. That's why we are going to have what we call the referendum. Everybody must not vote. So these people you see standing on the street, we don't regard them as part of us. We regard them as Nigerians who are going to vote against the referendum. It is a normal. So there are people we know as saboteurs, and we are going to have a law that is going to treat those people. But there are people, those who vote, it doesn't mean that everybody who is going to vote against Biafra is a saboteur. No. We must understand that we are going to present ourselves to the international community as a country and a nation that is civilized. So we are going to embrace civilization. Civilization means that we are not going to start killing people because they did not support us. No, it is we are going to lay the true foundation of democracy in Africa. So we are going to allow people to make their choice. They can. It is not a must for them to support what we are doing because we are very confident that we are 90% of people, the Biafra people that want to exit Nigeria. So in the voting, they have nothing to do, and so therefore we're not going to start punishing people because they vote against our referendum. Anybody can vote against. But the point is that at this for today and in days to come and months to come until the day we are going to exit Nigeria, we have 99% of people supporting the Biafra referendum. That's enough. So those small percent that said no, they have the right to say no. We're not going to kill them for saying no. But of course, we know those who are saboteurs. The people like Pet and Banan that is openly fighting against Biafra, people like Hopus or that is openly fighting against Biafra, and if they don't repent before Biafra come, these are the kind of people that will face the law of Biafra. Thank you.
Ndewo, my prime minister. Sabo Emega Anyaro, Sabo have dealt with us, and that's why it's very imperative that we never forget and we never forgive. So that brings me to my next question, but last question. Because
You need to reverse. You need to
yes,
reverse.
yes, yes,
You need to
yes.
reverse. So we have
Please,
to
please, please give me the
please.
last chance, please. Success. Thank you very much. Please, this my last question is very imperative and is kind of a concern to me and to everyone
Can you
listening.
just ask
Yes.
question and stop talking all these things because you people are wasting a lot of time. Which one is imperative? Which one is not imperative? Ask your question and let me address you. Thank you.
Okay, my question is, before the Biafra self-referendum is conducted, are we going to, first of all, take the census or like a population of the Biafran populace?
We are not taking any population. We are not
Okay.
taking any
Okay.
census.
Thank you very much. That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
God bless you, my Prime Minister.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right. Then the next
And,
one.
yeah,
One, your
and yes,
success. Go
and
ahead.
yeah. Let me react to the concern that people used to raise here about the protest yesterday. Peter, that is rubbish. Those people are not living. They are not from Enugu. And if they are from Enugu, the only protest that they're supposed to have done, which would have been making us to show concern, is go and open your shop, not to be going around the street constituting nuisance. They don't have shop in Enugu. They don't have business in Enugu. They imported them and they came for that very particular mission. And Oluwalemba paid them out of this 31 point something billion
38,
that he has
38,
collected
38
from
billion,
the
38.1 billion.
38.1 billion that he collected from the federal government. He paid them from there. The protest didn't use anything because the people that he organized were not from Enugu and they don't have business in Enugu. The people that have business in Enugu shut down. People should stop raising concern about Uluwalemba's protest. It is nothing.
Thank you very much, success, for buttressing that point. Thank you very much. Wanyama, please quickly bring your question, please. Please, I want us to know that we need questions more. Accolades, fantastic, but questions are preferred. Thank you. Wanyama, unmute yourself, please.
Hello, my Prime Minister. God bless you.
Bless you.
I don't have any question per se to ask, but I want to encourage my people from Enugu State. You see all this money Mba is going home with. Mba will soon leave office. All these things he is doing is to create avenue for him to steal more. To start with, Enugu people supposed to be ashamed of themselves. How can Mba enter there? Mba did not see any woman from Enugu State that we heard it. He went and brought his girlfriend to come and direct the revenue you get in Enugu State. And if and and if Mba is going, Mba will not refund you guys all this money. Mba is a criminal. Stand up and fight for yourself. Your freedom is your life. You don't have life, you don't have freedom. You don't have freedom, you don't have life. Enugu State, wake up. Thank you very much, my Prime Minister.
Thank
Prime
you.
Minister, Prime
Yes.
Minister, Enugu State is not Enugu people is not owing by anything. They never voted for him, and he is not their governor. So whatever he does on his own. Mass policy cannot affect Enugu people by any means, or by any means, because Enugu people are answerable to the Biafran government. And if it is our prime minister that went and kidnapped a Yoruba woman now, you would have seen a protest on the street. But if Mba like you should go and kidnap a Fulani and start paying him, nobody cares because they didn't send him to that very house. And when he was leaving, nobody will care what you left or what you have. It is not their business. They didn't send him work. Thank you.
Actually, that is a fact. That is true. We know that he did not get up to 4,000 votes. Going by the INEC record on their website, he did not get up to 5,000 votes in Enugu State. But of course, when they announced about 100 and something thousand or so, which is a lie, because go to INEC official website today to check the result of votes in Enugu. He did not get up to 5,000 votes. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. As we move forward, there's this name here, Brian. You keep opening your microphone. Looks like a
I think
Western.
you can allow him to speak. Allow him to speak.
That's what I'm saying. Please open your mic, Brian, and speak. Brian Martinez. Brian Martinez, you can open your microphone and speak to us or ask us a question. All right, and Success, please take care of that. Echuku Maeze, please, Ilem Longo, unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yeah, good evening, my Prime Minister. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, everyone in the house. Yeah, this is Mazi Chukwumeze from New York. I'm also greeting to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu. He's the one he's the main originator of all this. Well, my questions were like this. Firstly, I want to ask our Prime Minister, when Biafra is restored, are we going to confiscate all the is Biafra government going to pass a bill to confiscate
All right,
all
wonderful
the
people. When I
wealth
don't see
of
us in
every
the hot.
politician
Na
in
rofo
Biafra
de fo
land?
bodo
Are
obodo
we going to
adeloko
confiscate
now.
it both at the
Meanwhile,
homeland and both abroad?
Meanwhile,
Because every money they
if not
get
the
is
first time
stolen
we
the
be say
people.
you dey
And that's
join us
why
for this
we
wonderful channel, kindly go
don't
ahead
do
and
nothing for the
subscribe to our
people.
channel because,
Secondly,
like I always tell you, my work
Biafra
here
is
is to
going
dey
to
bring
be a
you
role
information we're
for
supposed to
Africa.
dey reach your table.
And we are going to be
Because one of the most
changing
important thing
the way
about
our
life
freedom
is to be
fighting is going to
informed,
be,
and
not
once you are
just in Africa,
informed,
all
you'll be
over the
able to
world.
know
So,
what is actually happening in
speaking so,
Obodo.
is
So in case this
Biafra
is your first
government
time
going to
of
make
joining
mistake
us
of
now this
number
wonderful
one,
channel, just
by
go ahead and
suspending
subscribe to our
every
channel, like, comment,
diplomatic
share.
relationship
Don't be enjoying this
with
news
the
alone. Please
United
share it.
Kingdom, and
Please share
two,
it. Share it. And as you are sharing it, remember to
and number
on
two,
your notification button so that whenever we are
are we
posting
gonna
our news, you will be the first to
gonna
collect
have
it. Thank
a
you for
bill
listening.
You know,
available
Doctor, I don't know. You are just asking question, asking question number
Walo
2, number 3, number 2. Let me address your question, please. The number 1 and number 2. Number 1, the issue of the people that looted money from Nigeria is not our priority. That is not our biggest problem now. So I'm not going to be here to tell you that we're going to confiscate